are you doing, my guys? Let's chat for a bit while some people get into the stream. What do you think, guys? Like, do you think it's better to, like, I like to give you all the briefing for the assignment on Monday, so you have a couple days to do it like unguided, and then I do a small revision on Wednesday and I do my piece live, so you get it better and you have the chance to do it over the weekend. You know what I mean? I think that's better because I get to do my piece and do feedback at the same time. If I release it and I do the stream on Monday, then I don't get to do like a nice feedback round. Within the week, it's too busy for me today. I feel like forgot my homework. You actually did. That's crazy. I really like that. Yeah. If you can't like compromise to the assignments, you can learn a lot, because these assignments are not things that you're gonna usually do, you know, on your own. Like, these are exercises from uni, and I like to do them also because it's a nice way to try to do some more experimental stuff and stuff that you wouldn't normally do, you know what I mean? I'm thinking of actually doing, you know, I finished Mistborn. I was struggling to read, but this series, like, you'll swallow it, you know what I mean? I highly recommend it. Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. This book, The Hero of the Ages, I didn't think like I could cry this much from a book, you know what I mean? So that one, and then this one. I get goosebumps of remembering the ending of this book. It's crazy. It's crazy. You'll cry. It'll hurt so much, but it will be great. So I highly recommend, guys, please, if you're struggling to get into reading and you want something that's really addictive, like Mistborn from Brandon Sanderson, it's crazy. I already recommended it to a friend, and he started like a month ago or so, 2 months ago, and he already read all of this like in 2 months, and he was having trouble reading, you know what I mean, like to get into concentrate. And now that I finished that one, I'm reading like this is the Sunlit Man fantasy books I like to read in Spanish. It actually depends, like these ones, because I'm sharing with my girlfriend, and it's easier. I read sometimes better in English. And these ones are also from Brandon Sanderson, and it's not the same saga, it's not the same collection, but all the books like share the magic universe. So like some parts of the mythology and the magic system and some stuff that happens in this book, it all correlates to Mistborn. So it's kind of crazy. Like, he has a plan like to release like Mistborn. There is a plan for 12 more books, I feel, or something crazy like that. And at the end of the last one, he's gonna close all his novels are gonna close in one like mega epic Avengers type of shit, you know what I mean? Really crazy. Oh, and also reading this one, that this one is how the IMF and the main world countries like all mingle to fuck third world countries economically. Really interesting book. And yeah, it's making me into a communist, basically. But you gotta sell some textures, you know what I mean? Check out Dr. Zhivago, Russian book. I'm gonna look that up. Russian Revolution, Aftermath of Bourgeoisie Family, was not published in Soviet Union. Okay, I'll add this to the list. Russian, I have only read like Demons from Dostoevsky, just as far, and it was tremendous. Like, the ending of that book like scarred me, you know what I mean? So let me think, guys. Let's go to the Discord. Let's see what we have in Dojo feedback. Oh, so okay, so everybody kind of went ape shit, right? First one I liked, but it has some issues. The point of the exercise, if you remember from what we were doing last week, we were just supposed to make one of these pieces, like maybe two, my dog, sorry, and to create morphological compositions that made sense and started to delineate some sort of hierarchy and composition, right? And how we could use the weights and the shapes and contrast to start to create some sort of order within the piece, right? Some sort of way of guiding the eye through the pieces. So this time the exercise was how we can start to establish some sort of code in the information that could guide us alongside a collection of pieces, right? To establish some sort of system between the pieces, a design system, right? And this is usually done by the use of constant and variables, right? A constant can be a specific way in which we order the information, like having the same grid, that's a constant. in a design system, right? And how do you use that? It starts to establish the way the information it's organized, right? And how do you place it within that grid? That's a constant within the design system, right? So here, I don't know if he used a grid. I don't see it at a glance, right? Just as in a simple site, I don't see that he used the grid. And actually it has this issue, this piece that, for example, just make a white rectangle, right? These two pieces look from one system. They look like they belong in a separate thing, right? Because there is a way contrast is utilized that could be kind of the same for those pieces, right? And then these other pieces look from other system. Even this one, maybe not. This one could maybe work, but the contrast in this one, it's a bit off. And it doesn't mean that it needs to be always the same in all the pieces, but maybe you can switch the contrast for an entire piece, but it has to be meaningful. It needs to mean something, right? And in this one, it looks particularly like it's kind of unintentional, right? Because if I go to this piece, let's say, and I grab a curves adjustment, you see if I kind of fix it and I make it more like the others, you can see that now it's more in line with the system, right? If we're gonna make it completely the other way around, then I flip it the other way around. I make it look completely intentional, right? It's not a half-assed decision, right? And design contrast is the most important thing. If we're gonna make one part of the compositional arrangement or within the graphic system, there is something that needs to be flipped so it catches our attention and makes us feel like, oh, here is something that's important or on information that is different. Then we make that change super apparent. We make it obvious, right? We don't do this, like this subtle change in the contrast, you know what I mean? I remember I had this teacher that this was from art school, right? We were drawing, and he was teaching us that the great painters and the great comic artists like did these poses in which the characters, it's really hard to draw a character that's in the middle of a swing and you catch it, like you get the entire perspective of the body, and it reads like it's doing that, like it looks off to try to draw something that's in the middle of the motion. Usually when you are drawing someone that's performing an action, you do it at point A, like when he's bracing for the shot and when he landed the shot, and you draw the motion, and then you more clearly communicate what's going on, right? You don't go for the middle, you go for one or the other, right? It's kind of the same for design. I don't know if that was a good example, but I hope you get the point. And here's the same. Here is kind of doing like a half-assed decision, right? This is what it pertains to the contrast. Then obviously we have this final piece that, let me know in the comments, what do you think it's what's bad about this piece? In the context of the series, right? In the context of the series of pieces, like what's off about this one? What do you think it's the problem with this one specifically? Forget about the contrast, like the contrast, we already discussed it. Yeah, we could fix the contrast or make it more intentional, but let's go. Circles. In none of the other ones in the series, he used circles, right? Let's say you use it that in every piece, everything is nailed, right? Every contrast hierarchy level is perfect, and in the last one he used circles instead of the squares. But everything else, it's the same, right? The contrasts are the same, the sizes are the same, the contrasts are the same. Then switching to circles might mean something, right? There it might mean something. It's not that you can't change any shapes or you can change the contrast. Is that you can't change everything at the same time, because he's using the circles and he's using different margins, he's using different everything, right? So there is no constant, right? Let's say your designs have the constant of what shapes, the grid, the colors you use, and then, okay, you say, I'm gonna maintain these three constants, and in every piece I'm gonna change only one constant. So in that way you get more constant across the pieces that you play with, and you start to change them. You know what I mean? So this is the problem with this one. So let's get rid of this one. Let's go back to Discord. I think this one is better than the last one. There is a system here at Rise. Again, this one, when I point out what's the problem with this one, you're gonna say it was really simple. It's really simple. Like, don't try to say, oh, it's contrast thing. I think the contrast is all right. And I think that these squares in this one, contrary to the last one, I think in this system, the squares kind of work. The other parts of the system are pretty in line, you know what I mean? It's not like for this one, it changed everything. And it's not like for this one with the squares, everything is different. Like most of the piece, it's still the same, but it kind of works. The problem with this, not the problem, like the exercise is right in this one, but the thing that I would maybe add to that is that there's not really that much variety. The system is too homogeneous. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing really new for us to make it interesting, right? It's really conservative and it's really homogeneous. That's the thing that I would add to that, like try to make it more interesting, right? What happened if, for example, let's do something really quick here. This one, I think it also brings something new to the table. That's right. I think that's a really nice addition. Like it may need some smaller levels of hierarchy. For example, we could grab these circles, right? And let's make more of them, right? But this time let's make them smaller. And now this is a sort of a consultation page. I'm just putting it really randomly. And now maybe these points also, we can put them in other piece, for example, in this one. Now, what do you think? Do you think it's a little bit more cohesive and it brings a little bit of more complexity to the system itself? And it's something really simple that I just did, right? I just added one more hierarchy level that Pro was right here. It was missing like a smaller hierarchy level that added some harmony to the entire series, like to sort of tie it together. So that's important. When you're making design systems, it's nice that you have enough tools to sort of play with and add variety to it. You know what it's like? It's like when you're playing a video game and the video game has bigger enemies, smaller enemies, big weapons, small weapons. The feeling of the game, it's sort of the same, but you add variety, right? When you're playing a good paced video game, the video game starts to add small variables. See what I did there? It starts to add small things to the game systems as you progress. To make an interesting design system, it's the same. Most of the design system stays the same, but you start to tweak little things and start to show different parts of it. I hope it's more understandable in this piece. But yeah, great work regardless. I'm not taking shots at it. This is really great. It just needs some tweaking, right? But yeah, the system is great. And I loved that it's a system that works without a grid, right? The system doesn't rely on the grid. You don't need to use a grid every time. You know what I mean? So this is great. Yeah. You can use it for carousels. These pieces specifically are not ones that I would really use for social media unless it was something like this. This one's really great. This one's perfect. You know what I mean? I think this one really nails it. Congratulations to the one that, like, these are nice pieces in and of themselves, and the system works and it's great. It has one tiny thing that I would say about it. Let me know in the chat, what do you think? There is a small thing that I would say that I just said it about one of the previews that I did. I think if I'm being nitpicky, just to say something, I think it lacks some variety, like some really different one, you know? But no, I think it's okay. Like, for example, even the use of this circle, like that there, it's what I was saying you to before. Like when the system is so cohesive and it's so homogeneous, you can throw a curveball and it makes sense because it's not breaking the entire thing, right? You can make something that's different that really caught your eye, and he even made it the central piece. You made this? Shit's crazy, congratulations. Amazing piece. Amazing pieces. Really like it. But it's just being nitpicky. Like bro said, there is always something that could be said, but I don't want to really discourage anyone. It's super harmonious. Like I can see there is a grid. I can see like the elements, you can see the elements, right guys? It has like the color for the background, the small squares. It has this line, like sort of indentation details. It has like this rugged line shapes. It has these horizontal ones. And it's just sprinkle them over in different ratios in the different pieces. I guess that I would like one that's super minimal. I guess let's do that. The system is great. Let me just do this and let's just grab one of these. Let's say this one, let's duplicate it here. And for this one, let's just less information. Let's go ultra minimalistic, something like this. Like in this context, yeah, it's okay. It's a nice exercise. These are great in their own right. These are great. I'm just trying to add something so you can see a visual example of it. It's not that you always need to add stuff to the system. You know what I mean? It's not like the first piece need to have less, then more. It's just a way of navigating it that's going to start revealing the stuff. It's not that you reveal stuff from the system, it's that you show the system working in different scenarios. Because now take a look at this. We have this order, but this piece that has so little stuff, I would grab this one and maybe I would put this one first, and this one I would put here. It's not only about the system itself, the order of the sequence changes the result. You know what I mean? It's not like even the way how you show it, it changes the system, right? So that's another thing you need to think about. You have your system, and then you have how you present it. Even if I take this one and I put it second, it changes. But these ones now are two identical because the main compositional element, this square in the top right part, it's kind of redundant. So it kind of looks kind of weird. You know what I mean? It looks too repetitive. So this doesn't work as well. But what happens if we do this? We put it here, we put this one here. So you get, guys, what I'm saying, right? Let me know if I'm saying stuff that you think is whack or I'm not making any sense. No, don't say it's better. I'm not trying to make it better. I'm just trying to show you more tools, right? And more things to think about, right? It's not a matter of making it better, you know what I mean? What do you think about these ones, guys? Do you think this one is good or this one is not so good? Put W's if you think it's W sequence, or put L's if you think it's L sequence. This one's a W. It has some stuff with the contrast in this last part, but I couldn't see it being part of the same system, right? It's odd, maybe that's the first slide, right? But it works. I think it has the elements and it has some nice cohesion between them, so you can read them as part of one system, you know what I mean? This one, what I liked about this one is that bro changed the layout. Like, he didn't do them in a row. Like, I guess the system is good also. This one is kind of a bit more messy, but the pieces when together sort of feel part of a system. Like, I can see elements that are, or resources that are maybe kind of iffy, like these diagonal lines that bro has going on here. Like, they don't really repeat. Maybe in these squares, like, we have that gesture, but it's not really repeating anywhere else. But they got the same vibe. Yeah, I feel like which ones of these do you guys think it's the one that looks less as part of the system, right? If we took that out, it would still read. Which one it's not from the pack? Say it like first or second from the top row or bottom row. The first. And why do you think the first? Why you guys think the first one? That's interesting. For me, it's the last one because it has more elements that are not used anywhere else. First one is not as full as the others and the shapes are different. Yeah, the first one, I could see it not being part. Yeah, you're right. The first one maybe, maybe the first and last one. I think in the last one, it's more noticeable because of these big circles and the horizontal black lines that are not used almost nowhere else. And this weird like half circle shapes. Yeah, but that's nice. We're discussing design shit, you know what I mean? Like, just speak your mind. What I did like about that one and this one also is that they presented it like that, you know what I mean? Let's say it's all presentation. It's not the same to present the pieces like this than to maybe do this, right? You see how the composition changes. If I make it like this, you make a composition that's a bit more out there. Something like this can work too, right? What happens if I make one smaller and I put it like here? You see what I mean, guys? Right? I never said how you were supposed to present them, right? But this is also composition. Maybe you're showing something to a client and you don't put the images all the same, right? All mockups one next to the other, right? You start to play with variables. What do you want to give more importance? You start to make decisions, right? Okay. I put this here, then I put this back here. That's finished, bro. Yeah, this is from the last stream. This is past week, but now we are doing systems. You know what I mean, bro? Like constants and variables. And I'm just gonna steal last week piece and gonna make 4 more. I'm gonna do my sequence. You know what I mean? Casiel Cecconi, bro in chat. He went to uni with me. We studied in the same school I don't know if I showed y'all this. Like this exercise was design of the information. This is the final project of typography 2, you know what I mean? And all this exercise is this that we are doing, but with text. Can you see? Oh, shit. And it's this exercise, it's the sequence. It's all about the sequence. It's not so much about each individual image, but it's about how it plays in the whole, right? In the entire thing. and each page you try to add something to the system. You know what I mean? And actually, I don't know if you can see there, I accidentally left the grid on. I accidentally left the grid, and the teacher loved it because this is a book that speaks about DNA. So it speaks about DNA. So having the grid in the thing itself, it makes sense. You know what I mean? So you see, it's all the exercise that we're doing. And look at this shit. We were going crazy, you know? This is what we are doing right now, but with more layers and more layers, right? This is with typography, with images, with color. And yeah, we'll get to this. Don't worry, we'll get to this. I don't know if to this degree, I won't make you make a book, but we'll make something like this later down the line. Let me see here, I have the effects and I'm gonna leave them here. Effect and all of these layers. Let's just talk. I'll do the piece in a little bit. I don't feel like it right now. I listen to a lot of techno, right now I'm listening to a lot of 2000s rock, like Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, you know what I mean, System of a Down, and all that kind of stuff, really. Yeah, I get really nostalgic on that kind of music, but because I like it so much. I've been listening to the last CD of Linkin Park, and I don't know, I get mixed feelings. At the start, I didn't really vibe with the singer, but as I've been listening to her, I guess I dig it now. If they would have dig themselves into a trench if they were for a guy or someone that maybe tried to imitate Chester, you know what I mean? But yeah, I guess the chick, it's good. My favorite movie, it's Matrix. The first Matrix. I guess the entire saga, but yeah, Matrix it's the end all be all. I didn't watch the last one because I don't want it to fuck up my memory of the saga, you know what I mean? Why is it the electronic scene, house, techno, ambient, and graphic design are like chocolate and peanut butter? What do you mean? Like they go so well together? Or they don't mix? Because chocolate and peanut butter, it's crazy, you know what I mean? Those are the questions I like to see in chat, you know what I mean? Like Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo, we can take that to a really deep place. Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo, it's like asking natural talent or you have to nurture it, you know what I mean? Like Messi, I'm sure they just said it straight, Messi, right? I said it, Messi, his attitude, everything. But I dig the Ronaldo personality, you know what I mean? Like, bro, he's just working for it, you know what I mean? But he literally was born in the worst time. Like you could have been born in any other decade, but it happened that the greatest player on history is sharing your time alive. Like, the fuck? Yeah, there's a ton of overlap between the cultures. You mean like electronic rave scene and graphic design? Actually, I think graphic design culture really overlaps with every culture, because there is no graphic design culture, you know what I mean? Like, there is graphic design trash culture, there is graphic design rave culture. Like, there are graphic designers everywhere, and they adapt the features of that specific culture they're in, right? It's like saying music culture. What do you think of music culture and, I don't know, whatever, you know? It's like there is music for all tastes and design for all tastes, because that's the nature of design. Like, it serves every field. But maybe the question would be like, no, I don't know, maybe like more artistic. But yeah, there's a specific genre of designer that likes to rave, you know what I mean? How about the chat? Like, do most of y'all go to raves? Do you like to go raving? In the recent years, it has really taking off, you know, raving. In some markets like EDM, design can be more experimental, like breaking the grid. There are some examples of this. Yeah, for sure. Oh, let's get to designing these. Let me just duplicate this. Let's get rid of this one. Okay, we had one that was a bit more, that was more around the middle. It had stuff all over the place, kinda. So now we could do a piece that has more maybe room to breathe. You know what I mean? So let's do something like this. Let's just stay with this reading level. I know I said no text, but this is I want to post it and I want to add it. So I'm going a bit off script. Yeah, sue me. I don't know. This is a morphology exercise. And to this, I'm gonna plug the new action. This is only for the Patreons. Just now, like, I'm gonna release it sooner or later, but this is a distress action. And I'm gonna make it bigger because it applies the effect a bit better. But I'll release this sooner or later. There will be a free one, but the Patreons get it a bit earlier. So here we have another one. So this one is week 5. Let's put it 1, rasterize layer, convert to smart object, bring the action. We press play here and convert to smart object again. Okay, what happens if we bring this here and I grab this one and I put it to white? I need to bring up the field and I want to get rid of this. Actually, and for this one, we could do something like more of a pattern like this. We could have, remember what I said about constant and variables, and we can have some sort of constant here with the pattern of this repeating shape of these blocks that we kind of have in this one, that we have them here, but the size is a bit different, right? This is the block. Yes, let me check the size. Oh, it needs to be far smaller. So now I'm gonna copy. Actually, now I'm gonna bring it here. Yeah, there is not a set in stone. Like if you would need to set it from the beginning, you can totally do that. I like to work a bit more intuitively, and then if I need to follow a guide, then I don't want to forget about it, I set the guide, you know what I mean? But it's not like there is one way of working with guides. And now we kind of established like this pattern with this shape that we already used in one of the other pieces, right? So we have this nice pattern of this repeating constant. And one thing that we can do, that some of the other pieces that we saw earlier, that they did it pretty well. But now this one, we're gonna maybe break it a bit. We're gonna set it alongside some other edge, right? And this in and of itself, it's like already a degree of separation. Like, why is it aligned with some other guide, right? Just there you're establishing like a differentiation, right? Hopefully means something, you know what I mean? So now another thing that we can do is to this one. I'm gonna grab the eraser tool and I'm gonna make a dot there. So now it definitely means something. There is some degree of information there that's important. Who knows why? You know what I mean? And now actually I can grab all of this and I can maybe play a bit with it. This line here. Oh, nice. That is fire. Oh, and it goes through the middle. It's like it's all part of a fucking system, you know what I mean? This is nice. So I'm gonna bring this here, set it to a different blending mode. Let's see what we get. Ooh. Let's change the gradient. You see, if I did this and I suddenly did a diagonal like Control H, ooh, let's go. I didn't know this. Control H. That's great, my guy. Thank you. This is not a tutorial, my guy. Like bro is saying he don't understands the point of the tutorial. This is not a tutorial. Like I'm just reviewing and giving you my process for making the piece of the assignment. Like to understand the assignment on the Discord channel. Like this is a Design Dojo stream. That's a series of assignments and design exercises that I'm giving over on my Discord. These are, it's free to participate and it's free to join. You can just join and start uploading your pieces. I may give feedback on them, I may not during these live streams. And the point of the exercises is to learn design in a more of a fundamental level, right? There will be streams in which I'll give you tutorials for an effect, but for that you have already the YouTube channel. In these design streams, I try to tackle like more fundamental design principles, right? Things that are a bit harder to sort of try to like explain in a tutorial, because these are things that you need to work on periodically and start building up that complexity. So yeah, this is not really a tutorial. It's more like a design discussion, live stream, whatever, fucking around, having fun. And yeah, let me go back to this. But yeah, join the Discord. And it doesn't matter when you join. You can just join, you know what I mean? Because you can even go back and do some of the previous exercises. I want the Design Dojo also to be a place that you're feeling kind of dry. You don't know what to do. Like jump in, you know what I mean? It's like going to the gym. You go to the dojo. Like you go to a place that do some nice exercises. You try some different stuff. Talk to any of the people in the Discord. You know what I mean? Like meet people, do exercises, like get together. We're fucking ninja. You know what I mean? So that's the point. It's not really a tutorial. We already like established some sort of something new, right? With doing the background black. I switched. Now the variable is the contrast, right? I just flip the palette. Now if I add now even another like variable, like doing this gradient that's slanted, right? That has this inclination. That's too much variable. Like there I start to break the system, right? The piece, it has too much of a variable. Now it looks too alienated from the rest of the group. You know what I mean? So for this one, since you know the first one has this sort of gradation, right? Has this sort of gradation from the top to the bottom. So the gradient, it's already sort of part of the system, right? But it's vertical. I can't just, maybe if I use it in another part of the system and I put it like in diagonal and I make that a constant within the system, then maybe, yeah, it can work. But if I'm going to make this the only piece that's really flipped in colors, I shouldn't add another super crazy like variable to the system. But this I like, I feel, right? It's hefty, it's controlled. So we have boom, 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 boom. This one, it's kind of weird. It has something weird that I'm not really feeling it. Now I'm gonna make this real small. I'm just gonna grab this. It needs some information here. I'm gonna put it here. How do you not get lost in those layers like that? I'm just really used to, like, I just check. And also the nature of the piece, I know like it's not that important like the order. I just try stuff. If I'm gonna set this to normal and I'm gonna do something like this can work. I want to create something that's, because we have this one that's the pattern that's sort of inverted. This also could be like a consultation, like typology that's a bit more scattered with repeating like levels of hierarchy. We have this one that's really minimal, and we have this one that's sort of the busy one, the one that has the like the most of the hierarchy stuff. So for this one, I'm gonna do circle, big circle. I'm gonna put a mask over the group. Guys, I'm just being really like loose with it, you know what I mean? Like this is just fundamentals. There's nothing really crazy going on. What I would like to have is, let's go to the first one, and I want this. Oof, this is crazy. I kind of like this one. Why can't I see this one? Because there is it was within the mask. I need to put it like this, and let's see if I got another. Let's grab this one and put it maybe here, but let's get rid of some information within this one. Here, let's leave that, and here let's get rid of this, and actually let's grab this. No, it's not working so great. This one I like more. And now actually I think the system is lacking. It's lacking one that has sort of the same spirit as the original, the first one. Let's grab the first group again, duplicate this one, and actually we could do like what happened here. Let's leave it like this because it works for the purpose of the series, and I'm also tired and I need to get this over with. It's a nice system. I like it. Like maybe here. So you see, guys, how can I want to select the one that I pick. You know what I mean? You see how we play with the order? It changes the nature of the sequence, right? And what do you think, guys? Does it feel cohesive to you? I think it's not the most cohesive, but it works. I really like it. It has a nice degree of separation. I think maybe these circles are kind of too strong, but I repeat so much of the other elements that it ties it together, and with the color and the texture, like it helps a lot. Yeah, and also, guys, I'm cheating a bit because I'm using like a particular color and the texture and the grain, so that's also some elements that help to tie it together. So that's a bit of cheating also, right? But I'm trying to also make it visually interesting, you know what I mean? And here we can do some stuff like maybe this one, it's the most prominent one, right? It's the one that has the most elements. So this one we're gonna keep it like really large. This one that maybe is the standard one, we're gonna keep it like so. This one that is maybe the more minimal, it can bring like a nice contrast with the biggest one, right? Even if I put it like on top of it, it creates like a nice compositional tension, you know? And boom, there we have our system. I think it works. So that is week 5, my guys. See you next Wednesday. How much time do you usually work in a day? It depends. Like right now, I'm in a really workaholic era. I'm working all day, but that's cool. Like I like to do that. And sometimes I don't work really too much. Usually a couple hours, like 4 or 5 hours, and I'm good. But nowadays with the stream, I'm going back to doing client work. Oh, and also guys, I'm late April. I'm going to New York and Texas. So if some of y'all are around there and want to meet up, we can maybe organize a get together or a meetup with some other creatives and hang and fuck around, maybe at a bar or whatever. And I'm totally down for it. You already know how it is, ninjas. See you next Wednesday. Upload the stuff to the Discord channel, like commit to the exercise, like also reach out, try to meet people. You already know how it is. Fuck peace. Wish you conflict. See you in the next one. She